All right, I need you to use this formula. C is equal to 2 pi r or pi d. And I need you to find the circumference of each object. So you may use 3.14 if you like decimal. You may use 22 over 7 if you prefer fraction, or if you have like multiples of 7. All right, let's review this together. So circumference is going to be, as we know, the radius. I'm going to use the radius. And I have diameter, so I'm going to use diameter, 14. And this is diameter 2. So I'm going to use C is equal to pi d for this question. I'm going to use pi d for number 4. But I'm going to use C is equal to 2 pi r for number 3. Okay, one second. All right, so I'm going to plug in C is equal to 2 pi, and what is a radius, which is 2, and I'm going to use 3.14 for number 2. So it's going to be, I'm going to multiply these first. I usually multiply whole numbers or integer first, and then multiply to the decimal. So 3.14 times by 4. So 4 times 4, 16. 16 and 5. And 12. So the answer for number 3 is 12.56 centimeter. So it's a distance around. So you imagine that you measure this with a ruler, so you still have the same unit, centimeters. And now I'm going to use pi d. So d, diameter 14. So you have 14. This, you see the whole line. That means this is a diameter. Okay, and I think you see the 14 is a multiples of 7. So I'm gonna use 22 over 7 for pi, and you multiply by 14, and you make it over 1. So, and before you multiply them, because 22 times 14 is quite big number, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to simplify these two. So it's going to be 1 and 2. So the answer is 44 feet. What about number 5? C is equal to pi, and you're going to multiply by 9, because 9 is the radius. And I'm going to use 3.14 because 22 over 7, this is not multiples of 7, then you're going to get a really big number on the numerator. So I'm going to just use a fraction. So let's multiply these together. 4 times 9, 36. And 9 times 1, 12. And 3 times 9, 27 plus 1, 28. So it's going to be 28.26 inches. All right, this question is very interesting. So after the decrease, after they use, so they, okay, the circumference is decreased 10.5 inches after a construction worker uses some of the tape. So now we need to find like the estimate of the diameter of the roll after the decrease. So let's say it was, let's say this is like perfect circle. And now it's decreased to like this, okay, because they use a tape. All right, we're going to find the perimeter of semicircle. Semicircle means it's half circle, right? Like, okay, so semicircle is 1/2 of a circle. We're going to find the perimeter. Perimeter means distance around. So it's not going to be just this half, because there's another part at the bottom, right? Everyone see that? So after you find like the half perimeter circumference of this full circle, and you're going to add the bottom part, okay? So now let's find the diameter. So I'm going to use C is equal to 2 pi r. You need to decide which one you're going to use. As we know the diameter, so which one is going to be easier? It's going to be this. And I'm going to substitute 3.14. And what's the diameter here? 6. So if you multiply it, actually before you multiply, you're going to find only half of the circle. Half of the circle of the circumference, that means you're going to divide it by 2 of the circumference, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply it first. There's a shortcut, but let's just go this way first. So it's 24, 8, and 18. And after you get 18.84, and you're going to divide the circumference by 2, which is divided by 2 because you should know why, because it's a semicircle. Semicircle. So it's going to be 9.42. All right, 9.42. And so this part, only this part. Okay, let me erase it a little bit. So now we found the half circumference, which is 9.42, right? But the perimeter is like distance around the shape. So around, if you just stop here, then what about the bottom part? Because this is also outside, right? Outline of the shape. So what you're going to do is you're going to add 9.42 plus, you're going to add it to 6. So the answer is going to be 15.42 meters. Don't forget to add the bottom part if you have to add if you have to find the perimeter of this semicircle. After you find the half circumference, and you're going to add the bottom. I need you to try these 3 questions. This is asking you to find the perimeter of the semicircular region. So make sure that you find this part, like half circumference. Don't forget to add 2 feet. Let's go over this, and the answer for this is, so you need to find the circumference. Circumference is pi d, because we know like the diameter. So I'm going to put 3.14 times by 2. So the answer is going to be 6.128. And you're going to divide it by 2. So c divided by 2 because it's a semicircle, divided by 2, and you see that it's going to be 3.14. And then you need to add these two too. So 3.14 plus 2. So it's going to be 3.14 plus 2, which is 5.14 feet. Make sure that you keep the unit. And then the next one, same thing. So pi d, 3.14. Oh, I'm going to use 22 over 7 here, because this is a multiples of 7. 22 over 7. And you're going to plug in the diameter, which is 7. So now you see that the circumference is about 22 centimeters. And now this part, if it was like the full circle, then the circumference is 22. But now you only have half, so you have to divide it by, you need to divide it by 2. You should know why you're dividing by 2, which is 11 centimeters. And then we need to add this, the top part, because we're looking for the perimeter, which is the round shape. So 11 plus 7, which is 18 centimeters. And c is equal to, I'm going to use 2 pi r because we only know the radius, not the diameter. So 2, you need to plug in 3.14 times by 15. And like I said, I'm going to multiply these integers first. 30 times 3.14. 3.14 times by 30. It's 42. Is it 9? Okay, and then you move a decimal. So it's going to be 94.2, and you have to, so this part is going to be 94.2. You have to divide it by 2 to find that part, which is 47.1, I guess. Yes, so it's going to be 47.1. and you add it to 15 and another 15 is hiding here.